Meantime, voting along gender and race lines. Now, it's something that is often assumed in the race for political office. This year, on the Democratic side, if you believe everything you read in the papers or see on TV, there's Barack Obama, and he's going to get the black voters. And there's Hillary Clinton, and she's going to get the white voters. But so far, it seems voters are choosing candidates whose positions they like, and not voting by gender or race solely. So, is the gender and race factor really a factor? Christopher Hitchens is a writer for Vanity Fair and joins us now. You know, every time somebody talks about the South Carolina primary, they mention what percentage of the primary voters on the Democratic side are black, with the assumption then that they're all going to vote for Barack Obama. It sounds like things are changing, though. People are making up their own minds.
I think we should make it a principle that the definition of racism is the belief that the human species is divided by race. If, like me and millions of other people who don't think that, you don't think that we are subdivided as a species by race, the whole picture changes very abruptly. For example, why does someone with a white mother get called black?
Now,
why isn't his claim to be white is surely just as good as mine?
Yeah, well,
and I, by the way, have been to the National Geographic and had, as you can have for $100, my DNA analyzed. And I can show you on a map which part of Africa my ancestors come from.
Now,
it actually looks like Angola in my case. But this, really, the whole definition of our civil rights revolution ought to have been, and once was, that sort of thing doesn't count for a serious person.
Let's take a look at the other side. And I think in the introduction I said white women will vote for Hillary Clinton. Just they're saying women will vote for Hillary Clinton. We were talking about Iowa. They kept on analyzing how many female primary voters there were. Again, making the assumption that females would vote for Hillary, blacks would vote for Barack Obama, and in Iowa, 98% white, you found Barack Obama winning the race there. And as we go along, they seem to be confounding. But the experts continue to bring up race and gender. Does that really matter in America, or is simply by bringing that up, by making the suggestion someone will vote on that, is that racist?
In another year, this might be less tiresome, and the pollsters, who've been wrong, by the way, you must have noticed, on everything so far, and continue to be wrong on absolutely everything, to my great delight, might be emphasizing it much less. It's because this year, allegedly, uniquely, path-breakingly, etc., we would either have the first woman or the first African-American. Well, again, if you break it down, Mrs. Clinton has already been in the White House. A big mistake in my view, but she's not new to the place. It isn't that much of a change to have her back there. And Mr. Obama is as white as he is African. So that really it's much less sensational than we think. When I was growing up, the main way you could correlate the way that women would vote would be they're much more likely to vote for Conservative or Republican candidates. It didn't matter what the gender was. It was the women's vote tended to be Conservative. There's never been any evidence at all that women vote for people who are the same sex or gender as themselves. Yeah, well, we'll be watching it in this race and see what turns out. But it sounds like the political pundits certainly will have to change the way they're making their decisions. Christopher Hitchens, thank you very much for joining us. Writer